I'm contestant 1035 and I'll be talking about denture care. What are dentures? Dentures are a prosthetic device that is constructed to replace the missing teeth and is supported by the surrounding soft and hard tissues of the oral cavity. The importance of dentures care. This is highly important. This is one of the things that helps your residents in communicating, eating, everything. So it helps residents eat their nutritious foods, helps communicate, and it helps just keep them alive, because this is like a major thing. Keeping their gums well by cleaning these, keeping sure they have dentures, not breaking them, any of the sort. Keeping them in good condition gives them optimal comfort. You don't want your resident to be discomfort, any uncomfortableness, and without proper care, it can be a burden for them. So it can be very uncomfortable. Just bacteria can hold up into their gums, infections, everything. So the tools and PPE that you need, you'll need gloves, toothpaste, you need a toothbrush, you need a clean basin or a sink, and you'll always need a clean towel, or you can use paper towels. And you also need the sterile container that the dentures will be in. What are the denture care steps? So you have your pre-steps. These are steps that you normally would do before you would even start touching on the dentures or anything. So you're gonna do your opening steps, which is you knock on the door, make sure your residents kind of say, come in, and you'll identify the resident. Make sure it's who they're supposed to be. You don't want to do oral care or do denture care on anyone that's not supposed to have it done. You'll identify yourself, say who you are, state who you are, so they kind of understand who you are, know who you are, and understand what's happening. Make sure you wash your hands, which is a safety for you. Also your residents, you don't want to be touching on everything into the room with dirty hands. Now, this is where you start kind of getting into prepping to start washing the dentures. You're going to place a towel in the sink. The purpose of lining the sink with a paper towel is just in case if you drop the dentures inside, they won't break, shatter, any of that type of things, because dentures are very, very, very expensive and they're very important to your residents. Now, after you do so, you'll fill the sink up halfway with water, with warm water preferably, and then you'll apply your gloves before touching the residents. So you'll apply your gloves after you wash your hands, and that's your basic little things. You know, you're talking to them, tell them, hey, this is what we're doing today. I'm gonna wash your dentures. You know, ask if they need anything before you kind of need to start. Okay, so let's get to brushing. So if your residents have them in their mouth, you're going to help remove them from them. If not, they're probably in the container. If they're in the container, make sure that they belong to the residents. You don't want to use the roommate's dentures. It's kind of gross. You don't want to put someone else's teeth in their mouth. Now, you're going to get your toothbrush ready with the paste. So you'll have, there's two sides of the toothbrush. There's a smaller side and a bigger side. So smaller side kind of helps you get inside of the gums and where the gums kind of sit. Make sure you get it. Bigger part is to brush the teeth up under the gums and over the gums. Now you're going to use warm water to rinse the residents' dentures, because if you use any kind of hot water, it can deteriorate and damage the dentures, which is still a big no-no. Now, you brush the dentures, making sure you get all the sides, including the upper and lower gums. They're very, very, very important, because this is where their gums kind of just sit in. They sit on them 90% of the day, especially when they eat. Want to get all that gum, backed up food, everything from there. Then you'll rinse the dentures. Make sure you rinse them, get all the soap, get all the toothpaste out of it. You don't want them to sit there and that'll just be gross. Now you'll rinse the dentures. So they're in this container. You have the dentures, they'll sit in this container. This is the inside of the gums where they'll sit. The inside, you'll make sure you get the top and the bottom, and you'll clean them. You'll fill them up with water, and you'll place them back in there. Place water halfway, make sure it's warm water, and then you close it back. Now, this is your finishing up. You're kind of getting done dealing with the residents. So you remove your glove and you'll proceed to wash your hands. You'll also put on a fresh pair of gloves. Even though, yes, you have your gloves on, but you still need to wash your hands. Wash your hands periodically as you need to, as you think you need. Now, you're going to help your residents perform oral care regardless if they have kind of just gums, any of that. You still want to give them that oral care. You want to freshen up their mouth. Now, you'll assist your resident by putting their dentures in if needs be. So if it's time for them to get ready to eat soon, go ahead and help them out. Don't let them just sit there with just their gums and trying to eat. And if assistance was needed, you're going to wash your hands and do your closing steps. After you wash your hands, you're going to remove your gloves. You're going to pull the inside, take it off, because your hands have been touching resin, it's been in their mouth. And then you'll proceed to throw it away. Now, you'll make sure they have their call right in reach, make sure the resident is good, okay, nothing's needed, and then that's pretty much it.